Hello, hello, hello. We are back again. So I am starting to put together my signatures for the Mermaid Journal. And I added these two little bags into the mix. Now, I ran into a bit of a pickle with it, though, because it is like 1/8 of an inch too tall. So if I was to trim it down, that gives me an open side here and an open side here. So what I decided to do was I was going to seal up this end. I'm going to collage over both sides of it. And then I will just cut one side open and then do some repairs on the inside. Oh, repairs. I got to glue the little flap down and stuff once it's all done. I have my Fabri-Tac out because I am going to be working with some different kinds of materials as well as my glue stick there. So first thing I'm going to do is fold over this tiny little flap. And I'm going to glue that down. Now it does create these two little flaps here from the inside pocket that also will have to be glued down. If they'll cooperate with me, geez. The last round wasn't that difficult. Then I'm going to run glue across the top. To seal this part down. Okay. Just like that. Imperfections on the corner, not a big deal. Those can be worked around, will be worked around, whatever. Now this also changes where my fold line is once it's all collaged. So I'll refold this once it's done. So we just give it a new line now, I guess. And then we'll have to find it again anyway once it's finished. So I'm going to have a pair of scissors out because I do need to cut the corners. And I have my ruler for tearing things down. And then I have my scraper. I'm going to move these. I have these little blue foil things, which come from my daughter's diamond painting kit. And as she's opened and put her diamond dots into their containers, I've been snagging the wrappers and cutting that little blue piece off of there. So I'm like, oh, those are pretty. I can use those in junk journals. I hadn't figured out what yet, but then this came to me. I'm like, oh, there's shiny things in the ocean. Okay, so I'm going to start by covering my corners. And it's kind of like, making a bed. So you're going to cut your corners out. So cut in at a slight angle and out at a slight angle. This obviously is going to have glue on it. So unless you want it stuck to something, throw it away right away. Sometimes I'll have just a little pile where it's I stick them one on top of each other sitting on my desk. Oh, and I have a glue page. And then when this page gets too sticky, then I'll switch over to my glue book. Okay. The other one I did had a lot of purple in it. So this one I'm trying to go more in the greens and blues. This is a Gail Augustinelli influence too. Doing all the corners first. Let's see. How about some plain blue on that corner? I keep losing track of my stuff. Can make up my mind to put stuff to either to the left or the right. It would be tremendously helpful. Now keep in mind too, it doesn't matter so much like how much or how little you wrap around. And you don't even have to wrap if you don't want to. You could go just straight to the edge and then straight to the edge on the other side, or you can do only one side if that's what you choose as well. Okay. How about something with text on the other side, on the other corner? This is a page out of an atlas, I think. I don't remember for sure. It's got a bunch of equations on it. Might have been from an encyclopedia. I don't know. But I was using the other side of it when I was stamping. Now you do want to be cognizant of where your fold line is going to be, because you don't want to put something like right here, like right on the edge of the fold, because then when it folds over, you're going to have this loose flappy end. So you want to try to center whatever you're doing over, over your center line. This definitely was a piece out of an atlas. It's a piece of the Mediterranean Sea. This paper is a smidge thicker. The rest of this is coffee paper. So it does take a little bit extra to get that there. All right, so I'm going to come in with something shiny. This is left over from a Halloween balloon at my old work. They were going to throw it out. And I'm like, no. Everything is a craft supply until proven otherwise. I'm like, I will be taking that home. Thank you very much. Corner's not wanting to stick down. So just give it a little extra. And then, come on. I just want you to cooperate with me. Sometimes the glue is just stubborn. So, straight pin, that's all that was. Ah! had it back in its spot, but then it was stuck to my finger. Come on. Guess I should have been paying attention to how wide I cut this. Now, working with this Mylar stuff, it is a little more tricky because obviously, I mean, you got to use a different glue. And if your glue is not cooperating, makes it even that much more challenging. But, you know, it's just a different material to work with, so. Just wanted something a little shiny on there. Okay, where's my book page? So I do have a book page going here. This is about, it's a book about a sailor. So I figured, you know, it's pretty fitting, right? Oh, see, and I did exactly what I said not to do, which was put right on the edge. I don't want that there. Okay. I want to get it down before it dries in my hand. Okay. Using a lot of my scraps, my Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah scraps. Because I had them. And I had them in the right colors. So go this way. So that way I cover over that middle section there. Flip it over. And press it down. Okay. Like, none of them are small enough. My daughter has gotten totally hooked on this show called Once Upon a Time. I'm probably like, people are probably thinking, oh my God, that's been around forever. Probably has been. In fact, I kind of have a vague recollection of it being a show that my best friend and her husband were watching. But I don't remember for positive. But like a couple of years ago, there are 7 seasons, and she got me watching it when I was staying up at her place last weekend. And she's already seen all of them, but she's rewatching the whole season. And so I'm starting at like season 4 or season 3. No, season 3. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm a little behind. But that's okay. I'm already almost to season 5. And it's funny because we kind of go back and forth because, she works and I don't. So if I'm not busy during the day doing videos, I get a chance to watch it, then I get past where she's at. Sorry, there was just like a major crash outside my craft room door. I get past where she is, and then I get distracted doing crafting stuff, and then she passes me again, and then she goes to work, and then I get past her. So we're kind of like playing this game of leapfrog in a way. Watching this TV show, and it's kind of funny. It's like we're having fun. Okay, so this, I want to go there. We'll just do the whole thing. Why not? I mean, why cut it and make a scrap? Right? I have no idea what's going on in the bathroom on the other side of my wall. My husband is making a bunch of noise. Okay. Let's see, what else do I have over here? Let's get some purple going. Let's see. Go there. Now this time I am making a scrap, and that's just because I don't want to like, that'd be a waste of that paper. And again, doesn't matter how far out you go on this side, because you're going to be covering all this anyway. Although I bent up the paper, or folded up the paper there. Well, it looked like I did. Looked like I pulled the edge of the bag in, but guess not. Okay. I love this technique that Gail has shown, because it's like, you're doing both sides at once. I don't know where to put. I don't want to put that one of those in there yet. Let's see. Let's put another solid blue. Now, when you're collaging, something to keep in mind is not only is it a scrap buster as far as like it getting, through your papers, it's also a glue eater. So you definitely have to be aware of that. You are going to go through a lot of glue. Not that I don't go through a lot of glue anyway. I go through a lot of glue. With that, there it is. I'm like, I want to give it a squish. Let's see. What do I need here? What have I got? What have I got? Will the brown fit there? Yes, it will. Wrap it around. My glue page stuck to it when I flipped it over. Okay. Now, it's something to go here. Ooh, I hope you guys didn't just hear my stomach. It was loud on my end. I'm going to put glue stick there, but I'm also going to add some Fabri-Tac. On top of this Mylar stuff. Just to give it some extra hold. It's also the benefit of that stuff is that it just rolls right off. The glue does. Now I have now that blends. Got this with a footprint on it. I have to go like right there. So also the benefit is, you could tear it, you could cut it. You can use a ruler, straight edge like I, was doing earlier. If you don't mind little tattered edges, then just, fold it and tear it. Get that down. Put that on for a second. Is it gonna, oh, is it gonna hold? Just on that corner, just because it's on that plastic. I do feel like I want some more of that somewhere that on the other. I want some more of the silver. I don't know when I did that, Where's my scissors? All of a sudden it was like pinching me. I'm like, what is going on here? So I'm going to go here. Give it a little squishy. Just pushing that glue out to the edges as best I can. I'll come back in and grab what I missed, like this corner here. Okay. Flip this over. Okay. We are done on this side. Yeah. Just wanted some blue to tie it in over here. Let's go here. Just a little bit there. And this is why you don't worry about the back so much, because so there's this gap in between these two pieces of paper. Well, when you come in, and then you just fill the gap with something else. Do a quick little visual, make sure that all the way around I have all the gaps filled, because that was my only. I'm glad I decided to go there, because I didn't even realize that I had a gap on the other side until I folded that paper or that little Mylar piece over. So I'm glad I did that. Okay. Now we have, let's see. This, and we're going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac right here on the end, on that corner. Just so that wants to stick. Then, let's see. Got some purple on this side. The other advantage for me, since I'm going to be trimming off one edge, is that because I started with the corners, that gives the corners plenty of time to dry. I'm going to park this over my over the center fold. Like this. Also trying to overlap stuff as, so that there's no straight edges. It's also something that, kind of distracts the eye. Stick, stick, stick. Stick. I don't want to do that back to back. Let's see. How about some of this? This is my own coffee dyed paper. Using one of my mats, probably one of my plastic placemats. Nope, I take that back. This is one of my doilies. Getting some stuff laid down. Ugh. I'm still stinky. Is it that one or that one? This one. This again was Shabby Dabby Doodah, but it was when my ink was running out. So I was getting purple streaks in the midst of all of my other stuff. In the grand scheme of things, as far as this, this is concerned, it's like, oh, great. It's perfect because it's all within the same color family, right? Let's see if that's going to hold there. Big old glue glob stuck to my thumb. I'm just going to do it. I can always cover around it and break it up a little. Got a movie playing and I've seen it before. Can't remember what it's called. But it's about an American that goes, she's hired by a Chinese businessman to come and teach her son English. But it's like on a traveling adventure type thing. And they don't get very far because the plane crashes. Looking for something just a little different to go right there. So I have blue. It's the same as this one though. So I don't know if I have a color differentiation. This is also a piece of my coffee dyed paper. Give me one more of these. Well, technically we have two because I have one that's down there on the floor down by, oh, three. There's another one. I'm like, and there's one down there by my feet. This is just adding a hint of that blue. Since this one's mostly covered up. And let's see. I feel like I need something like right in here to break up the color. So we're just going to fold. Just do it now. I think that's too in your face. Let's see. That's something. Is that where I want to put some blue? I do feel like I want some of this right here, though. I don't know if that's all that I want right there, but I definitely want some of this right there. It definitely needs to either be something here or something here. I do have some purple. I can bring some lighter purple in here. I can go here, and that would connect like all of them. It'd break up this line, break up this. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Oh, see, and I did exactly. I put it right on that line. I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to put it on the inside versus the outside fold. So hopefully that'll help. Yeah, let me seal up my glue stick. All right. Get some stuff out of the way here. Let me just finish up this glue page real quick. This is a page that out of one of the altered books that I'm going to be working on as soon as I get my images in the mail. It's a very different texture to the paper. It's kind of nice. It's very thin and smooth. It's going to make good bases for other stuff. Cut. Now, I remember in the beginning I said it was just like 1/8 of an inch too tall. Oops. So get my little thingy out here. This needs to be 7.5. You can see that just that little bit is all it is. Okay. Now what that does is create some stuff you got to deal with on the inside. So you have this flap, because remember this was a pocket. I mean a bag. So I just go in and I cut out this top flap here. Okay. I don't throw this away because I can use that. I check my top edge for anything that's sticking up. It needs to be glued down, and I don't see any. Then you got way down on the other end, you've got the other side, because this was, remember, one of this is top and one was the bottom of the bag. So these were the sides. So what I have to deal with in here is that fold part on the other side. Sorry, when you tell it to end recording and then it pops up a second one that says end recording now, my second one was open. And I'm like, what's going on? Considering I turn my mouse off as soon as I get my live started, because I'm really good at accidentally hitting my mouse and directing my laptop to do things I don't want it to do. So I'm not exactly sure how the end recording even got clicked on. I'm just gluing that down so that when I am sticking things in and out of the pockets that I've just created, that things don't get stuck. Now I've had people, I know some people Mod Podge over these and kind of seal them. That is certainly something you could do. I don't usually. Part of that is because I don't typically have Mod Podge. I have some in my house right now, but only because my daughter's craft room is here until she finds her own place. But I don't want to get used to like doing something, being like, "Ooh, I really like that," and then have my supplies for doing it disappear. When she gets her own place and comes and gets all of her craft supplies and moves her craft room out of my house and into hers. You know what I mean? Okay. So squishing down those edges. When you sew this in, you're going to have one pocket here and one pocket here. For the sake of not taking forever, I'm just going to use my 2-inch punch here. And I put a little thumb pull. Which it says, no, I am not dry yet. Okay. So I'll let that one sit for a second. We'll pull out the one that I did off camera. I can punch the holes in it. So this is the one I did off camera. And this is actually going to be the center of that signature. Okay, I guess this punch just is not good because this one should be plenty dry. I have to go back and trim that up. Looks like it might be time for this punch to just go bye-bye. Just kind of trimming that up, cleaning up the edge that the punch messed up. Okay. So again, this is the center signature of this one. So I went through and I've already marked the lines where I'm going to poke holes through. Let's see. Can I try? Can I be lucky? Okay. This one is going to go right Ooh, there goes my belly again. Right here to break up the two blues. And if you go to the center, I already have the center holes marked. I also need to glue these pockets down, but I want to ink those first. Okay. Sorry, needed a drink. Get out of my way. Let's see if I have enough blue on here. Because, you know, we're doing an ocean, so. I'm also not going to sew the signatures in yet because there's stuff that I want to do in this particular journal. That would be near impossible to do if it was already sewn into the book and onto the spine. So this is not what was on the front here. I'm like, what did I do? This is the center. This goes here. And this one goes here because the dots are already on it. So there's my two signatures. I've also covered the inside of the book with tissue paper. I've created the spine that's also covered with the same tissue paper. And then the two signatures will go in like this and create a, nice little book to decorate. ASMR. So the next video will be me going through and decorating pages. I'm going to do some inking and stamping on the pages, possibly some edge punching, which again, edge punching, once it's sewn in, there's no way, excuse me, there's no way that you're going to be able to do edge punching once it's already sewn in. It's near impossible. So I'll do that ahead of time if I'm going to do any. Yeah, so stay tuned for future videos for the next video on this. And yeah, did I screw that on crooked? I finished. I gotta load the rest of my glue in here too. Ugh. I cut a majority of that tip off because all I'm doing is transferring it from one bottle to the next. And I don't want to have to sit and wait for 10,000 years. What movie is that from? 10,000 years. I'm giving you such a crick in the neck. Anyway, hit the like button on the way out if you didn't do so on the way in. Also, please hit that subscribe bell, subscribe button and the notification bell. A great majority of my regular viewers are not subscribers. But if you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll always know when I drop a video. So please consider doing that. And as always, feel free to share my content with anybody you think might be interested. But until next time, bye.